Okay, let me sort out two issues. I mentioned Pannas Khoke Ekdam okay.
That is what the people are saying.
No. That's not. That's what Aaditya Thackeray goes to every rally where you're attracting large numbers when you say that and a lot of applause. Versus your opponent saying that this MVS government, which was there till July, was a Vasuli ki Sarkar, an extortion government. As a Mumbaikar, as a Maharashtrian, as an Indian, I look at the two sides making these allegations. One says a government of extortion, out of which two of your ministers are in jail. One of your leaders at the moment is in jail, Sanjay Raut. And you on the other hand saying this is a government which has paid its way into power. What is the message? सब नेता चोर है, सब शिवसेना पैसे में है, one extortionist versus on the other side this 50 crores business. I mean, has politics become a business in Maharashtra?
चलो चुनाव लेते हैं, लोगों को तय करने दो. The answer is simple. In a democracy, today you don't have a constitutional government. The ones who are putting a blame on us were the BJP, who is in alliance with 40 out of the 55 of us. Which means the majority of whom they were blaming for different things, and a couple of them are ministers today, who were blamed for really dirty things. They have been made ministers today. And they have the backing of the BJP. If I were in the place of the DCM, I would have walked out of this government and called for fresh elections.
You are saying on this program, if you were Devendra Fadnavis, you would walk out of this government and call for fresh elections.
Absolutely.
Why?
I've said this before.
Because you are saying that Mr. Fadnavis accused many of the people who are today ministers in his government of corruption when they were in the MVA.
No, the answer is simple. If you look at what has happened over the past 3 or 4 months, today there is absolute lawlessness in Maharashtra. You can see one Gaddar MLA going into a police station and firing 2 bullets at the police. There's an Arms Act case registered against him, but there's no action against that. Just today I've read about one Gaddar MLA trying to enter Mantralaya, and because he was asked for a security check by the cops, he abused them and said, don't you know who I am? And then he went on with his expletives. You've got this situation almost everywhere. The other thing is, on one hand, the agriculture sector is failing absolutely. We're shouting Ola Dushkal Jahir Kara, which means you give them the incentives of what is called an Ola Dushkal in Marathi, but basically there's been heavy rainfalls, not once, but twice or thrice across Maharashtra. They deserve compensation that has not been given. The second factor is, for any state, there are 2 sectors which are important, agriculture and industry. Both are failing. No one has trust in Maharashtra's political stability. If you look at Devendraji's time, or if you look at Uddhavji's time, there was a certain sense of political stability. Today, I wonder how a leader as sharp as him is being a part of this government, and he's being defamed for that, and I don't like that. In all genuinity.
I read an interesting observation by Mr. Fadnavis saying that the time has come to end political bitterness. Is that an olive branch to the Shiv Sena? Can we see possibly, and this question was asked by my colleague Sahil Joshi to Eknath Shinde as well, a possibility of a grand reunion at some stage before 2024? For all this talk here at the moment,
all I'm saying
is there any backroom negotiation going on that we don't know and we should know about?
Is this a question for Mr. Shinde or for me?
For all 3 of you, Mr.
I think it's for him to not sleep over. For us, it is very clear that we believe in the constitution, we believe in democracy. And if we want to go ahead as a democratic state, as a state that has always been on the forefront of democratic principles, on the ideals of the constitution, on being transparent and accountable, and for political stability, it's due that we call for elections.
No, these are all nice words. The fact is, your father...
But do you not believe in nice words of the constitution?
No, those are fine words. But when I see the kind of politics that's played out, there's a huge gap between what the constitution envisaged and what is the reality. I will ask you very...
Who is responsible for that?
Your father, Uddhav Thackeray, met Prime Minister Narendra Modi in 2021, June, July in Delhi. Apparently an effort was made to have a tie-up between the Shiv Sena and the BJP. It didn't work out. I therefore ask you, is there any possibility of Uddhav Thackeray reaching out to Narendra Modi ji again? They haven't attacked each other at any stage, and forming a grand Hindutva coalition once again.
So Rajiv ji, of course, when the both of them met, one was the Prime Minister and is still the Prime Minister, the other person was the Chief Minister. It is very common for a Chief Minister to be meeting and calling on a Prime Minister, seeking help for the state. He took along with him Mr. Ashok Chavan and Mr. Ajit Pawar, both of them who had accompanied my father. But what is very, very important is it always very important to give political colors to a meeting, a regular meeting between a prime minister and a chief minister only because a Gaddar says so. About not attacking each other, the prime minister and we have had mutual respect and good relationship for a long number of years, way before he became the prime minister. And we'll always have that. The fight is not with him. The fight is with the 40 MLAs who have backstabbed us. The fight is with these people who've gone against the principles of the constitution and democracy and made a government here. And we have never said a word against the prime minister before or after. Even today, when these projects are going from Maharashtra, I am blaming the instability of the state, not the government of India. Because when we were a part of the MVA, and we had the same government of India in place there, and it is called a double engine ki sarkar, both our engines were running fine. When the engine changed to this Gaddar sarkar, that's the time this engine has changed. The blame they are putting is on the center, not us. I am saying these people are not capable of bringing projects to Maharashtra because when we were in government here, we got 6.5 lakh crores worth of investment to Maharashtra at Davos as well, with the same government of India delegation being present there. I think Rahulji, you were present there. We brought 80,000 crores. So we never had a problem with the government of India. It is this incumbent unconstitutional government that is having a problem with the government of India.
You insist that all these projects that have gone, or the two main ones that have gone, the Foxconn Vedanta project and the Airbus Tata project that have gone from Maharashtra to Gujarat in the last few months, have only gone because the government changed in Maharashtra. Is that what you are saying? Let's be very clear.
Very clear, I'll be on this. Not just the government changed, but this is an unconstitutional government where we're seeking justice in the Supreme Court, seeking justice for democratic principles and the ideals of the Constitution. If at all there is justice, and if at all there's swift justice, you will see this government collapse. Going by that, would you, as an investor, set up your office and your factory here?